Hello guys, welcome back once again to this Venus series. This time I'm going to do Taehyung's BTS Tae or B. Like I have already said in my previous videos that I went a little deeper in Namjoon's and Jimin's Venus in Scorpio. I was thinking that maybe for Tay and JK, I would dive a little bit more, not only in their Venus, but also a little bit about their Mars, because in the Mars series, I don't think I I was able to combine both energies, and I wanted to explain a little bit more. So I advise you that this is going to be a long video. So if you want to go grab a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, and relax and enjoy to me, listening to me for a few minutes, I will be talking about Taste, Venus, and Mars and how these energies interact with each other. So in the case of Tay, he has a lot of placements in Capricorn. So definitely when you see him, like his whole aura, his whole presence, even the way he moves, sometimes the way he expresses himself, the way he talks is very Capricorn because it's very like slow and it seems like he's taking his own time and his own pace to do his things. But once he does it or once he says something, he's a totally genius and he masters it. He masters every task really well. He's a fast learner. He's really talented. But there's something about this Capricorn energy that seems to make him sometimes a little bit like detached from what's going on in around him. It's like he seems so lonely sometimes, even though he's next to the other members. And that's the Capricorn energy. I had already established that. Um, but when we think about his Venus, I can see his Venus also playing a little bit an influence on the way he looks sometimes, because we know that Tay is very well known for having this um, this style about him that I don't remember what was the time. Was it 4D? I don't remember what was it called, but it was like or maybe CGI or something like that. I don't. I'm so bad at these things, but it was like a reference to that he looks almost like a picture. Like maybe in person you meet him and he looks like the same he looks in the picture. So it's unbelievable. He looks surreal. So I believe this has to do with his Venus in Aquarius, and that he seems so like out of this world. That's why they always, like the DNA era, they used to call him the anime guy, because he looked like a character from Tokyo Go, I think it was called. I remember I saw him the first time. He was the first member that caught my attention. I remember his style pretty well. So I think this also has to do with his Venus in Aquarius, that he has this vibe about him, about this surreal kind of beauty. It's like you cannot decipher, or maybe like there's something about him that seems so almost like he's an alien or something, because it's like he's so perfect and so like beautiful, but beautiful in a weird way, because he's not like a typical beauty or a typical beauty standard. So we know that Aquarius energy is really good at this, at being different, at being out of the norm. So when we are thinking about this Venus planet in his chart in Aquarius, we're thinking that what he finds attractive in someone and what he wants in the other person and what he finds beautiful is actually someone different. He just the Venus in Aquarius man is hard to um, it's hard to like to say what he likes and what he doesn't like, because he's very friendly. He's just like any Aquarius energy. He's really friendly with everyone. So, and he likes variety. So he may have a lot of female friends, and maybe he may have a lot of I don't know, former girlfriends, and they may all be different from each other. So it's not like he has a type. Is For him it's all about what calls his attention, and he doesn't know what it is. He just knows that it's different from what he had experienced before, and this is exactly what he's looking for. He wants someone that is not only beautiful or a beautiful face, a beautiful body, um, because I mean, if we think about the industry, it's like he's surrounded by beautiful women and men. So it's like he's used to seeing pretty faces, and it almost bores him. So I believe that if he ever reveals who his partner is, or future wife, or future fiance, um, it's going to shock people, because it's not going to be the kind of women we see him and we are like, oh, this is taste type. He may date someone different, really different, maybe to the point that you are like, um, why is he with this person? Why? What did he find attractive about this person? And it's because it's not about the looks. He wants to be intrigued by a partner. He wants someone who he can share and talk about intellectual and artistic interest. He's really bohemian in that side, so he wants someone that maybe knows a little bit about artists, about um, different perspectives. He is someone who can fall in love basically with the way you think, with the way you view the world, but the way this person looks at the world, their opinions. It's like he's not interested in like what others want in a partner. For example, what others consider beautiful. So he will find someone different, someone that is not conformist, that doesn't conform to the social code, which this is very contradicting to his Mars in Capricorn, because he has a lot of Capricorn energy. That's why he looks so much like his dad, because when you are Capricorn energy, sometimes you do look like your father, because Capricorn is represented by Saturn, and Saturn it's also talks about the father figure. So it's very, whether you are a female or a male Capricorn, you tend to look like your father. You tend to heredate a few attributes, physical especially. So and also in the fact that he's the older child in the family, I believe. So he's like the firstborn. Uh, so I don't know how Korean society is going to deal with maybe him expressing. I don't know how he's going to mix this. I believe maybe one of the opportunities would be for him to travel overseas, and maybe after he retires to live overseas for a while, so he can date whoever he wants and have like a free normal life without judgmental people or without traditional people. So but it's going to be shocking for him actually, because Capricorn, it's all about traditions. So he has to find the right way to deal with this Venus in Aquarius, because there's a part of him that wants to maintain this legacy, his father's legacy, his family legacy. It's like this man was born to be like the lead of the family, like the provider, the strong male, but he actually wants to give it like another turn to what his former traditions or former ways of living was before. So we will have to see about that, how his family or how people around him react to his choices in love. Um, I know that this is not anyone's business but Tae's, actually. But it's hard to sometimes silence the voice of expectations, especially when you are a Capricorn, because it's like life eventually it sets these sometimes these hard times, or maybe these like this kind of challenges, so you can get in touch with owning your own life and building your own reality for yourself, and not about maintaining others people's traditions, because sometimes a Capricorn, we are raised to be the good son, the good daughter, the good student, the good citizen, the outstanding citizen. So it's like sometimes people put expectation in us because they see the potential of us to get into a task and complete it. And of course, we are really consistent. We are really like committed to achieving things. But in the case of Tay, when he has this Venus in Aquarius, this Venus in Aquarius, and also his moon in Aries, it speaks to him. And it's like this little voice that is like, go after what you want, be free, open your mind, be different. Don't don't get attached to other people's vision of how you should live your life. Be free. And when I'm talking about family, I'm not only talking about family. I'm also talking about institutions. Um, I had always sensed this because um, Tay, it's really Capricorn in a sense that he's really hardworking and he's really consistent, and he has this magnetism around him that we know that he was going to be someone, because he's really good at at something. He's really committed. He may not be like real like talented or inspired when you first met him, especially when he was like very young, but it's like you can see the potential in him, because he he's not, because he's someone that is like an open book. So in an open book you can write anything that you want, because since he doesn't have a preference. I mean, for example, like you say, oh yes, when he was younger he was good at playing the piano, so he's going to be a great pianist in the future. It's like he didn't have like one area that he was really good at. So it's like he had all these possibilities in all these years to develop any kind of talent or any kind of craft. So this is what gives him dimension. This is what gives him the opportunity to be able to play with his energy, with his passion, looking for his passion. What does he want to accomplish? And not always being stuck to this role, to this, oh yes, you're good with this instrument, stick to this instrument and become famous because you play this instrument. No, for him, It's about seeing like a whole spectrum of possibilities and being really good at everything. Why? Because he has willpower. When you have Capricorn, when you have Mars in Capricorn, you are a goal. I mean, you are a goal-oriented people. So it's like you go after what you want and you get it. And you may go slow and you may take your time, but you will get there. That's why these people tend to be great leaders, and especially him because he has a moon in Aries. So he has all this potential inside of him, all this energy that is all about not so much about talking about what am I going to accomplish in life or saying beautiful things and writing beautiful poems and giving beautiful speeches. No, I'm all about actions. My actions speak for me. That's why I say it's better to be put in action. You cannot put him to speak, to say beautiful and like organized and elegant words because that's not who he is. That's not his energy. His energy, it's all about action. It's all about achieving things that can last and achieving things that you can touch, things that you can see, tangible things that you can be like, oh yes, he achieved this. He did it with his body, with his energy, with his presence. He did it. He didn't say it. He didn't wrote it. He didn't write it. He just poured his whole energy and his whole body into it because he's all about action. He's a man that you better not get in his way when he wants to achieve something. You better not get in his way, especially with that moon in Aries. That he is like he is someone that is really unpredictable in the sense because he can be really patient and really calm, but once he gets his mind on a goal, you better get out of the way because he will not stop for anyone until he gets what he wants or what he wants to accomplish. So when you put that willpower and you put this Venus in Aquarius, that it's all about being different and rebellious, I always have the sense that maybe if it was one member of BTS that would be the one that would say, I don't want to do this anymore, he would be the one. And it's not about being rebellious, and it's not about being the bad guy, and it's not about not loving the members. It's about his self-development. It's like he is the kind of person that is like, okay, I've been here with you all these years. It's like this is getting like really predictive, and I'm like getting bored, and this is his moon in Aries, and I want to do different things, and I want to try different things, and I don't want to drag you all along with me. It's like I need to do something for myself. This is the Capricorn energy, and it's not a coincidence that in every boy group in history there was always someone, some member that was a Capricorn or a Scorpio also, who was the one who said, I'm quitting or I'm leaving the group. Why? Because Capricorn energy, it's all about achieving greater goals. So if I feel like I gave my all to this group, I feel like I have to abandon so I can be myself, so I can reach my own potential. Why? Because the Capricorn energy is all about being your own boss. So being your own leader. So when you are a leader, so when you have this energy, it's not that you don't appreciate others. It's just that this energy demands you to focus on yourself and focus on what can you accomplish by your own without the others. What can you do? Who are you? What are you capable of? So maybe for him, there's something about maybe he thinks it's about being rebellious, and he thinks it's about a phase, and it's actually this Capricorn energy that he has, that it's all about I want to do something for myself. And it's like I don't want to ask for anyone permission nor opinion. And this is what I say, that it's sometimes it's the family, sometimes it's other institutions that try to hold him back. It's like they try to like um like being like, please don't go, or you don't know what you're doing, or why are you like this. So it's hard for him to be true to himself, um, if there's like this whole group of people that is like, no, you are one of us, you cannot leave because you're us. And he's like, no, I'm not you, I'm me. So it's a whole struggle. I believe that maybe after he turns 28, that is when Saturn returns, maybe probably 29, he will start thinking about, if he is not already thinking about doing some solo project. And this is not about not loving BTS, or not loving the boys, or not loving army. It's about his self-development. It's about his destiny. So it's not because there are some people that um, everyone has a bias. I understand perfectly. I do have a bias. JK is my bias. I love him. But it's like I know all of them are important. But I also have to understand that each of them um, have their own destiny to fulfill. And yes, BTS is the reason why they can think about building something else, because BTS is the foundation. It's like they wouldn't be able to even consider like doing something for themselves if it wasn't that BTS made them and gave them the fame and gave them the open doors and the ability, and also the experience, because the experience of working so many years in a group and being able to coexist in a group, and being able to compromise, and being able to get to an agreement, and being able to be in sync with each other. That's really that's a whole process that not everyone understands. It's like living with your co-workers 24/7. I mean, we people that had jobs where we had bad relationship with our co-workers or with our bosses, and when we didn't get along, we know that sometimes we wanted to quit just to not see their faces again. So it's like I cannot imagine like going on a tour with or going on vacations with my ex co-workers. But for them it's different because it's not the same. But I'm saying that if we have to embrace Tay's different points of view, because his whole energetic, like in an astrological point of view, it's like his whole energy. If you think about his Capricorn energy with his Aries energy and this Aquarius Venus, it's all about distinguish yourself from the rest. It's about being I'm not saying like the black sheep, but yes, being the one that is like, you're going this way, oh, I want to go the other way. And yes, everyone looking at you like, what are you doing? But he is this way. He needs his freedom. So I think that maybe if he decides to, because he loves the members, because also Venus also works for other kinds of relationships, not only romantic ones. So when you have a Venus in Aquarius, it means that you love your group, because Aquarius is all about groups. It's about group of people. It's about getting together with others. So he has a Venus in Aquarius, so he does contemplate the members. He does contemplate the group of people, the group of friends. He does think about them. So maybe if he remains in a group and he stays with them while doing other activities, of course, like on his own, maybe his escape or his way to express this need to be different is to find find a partner that is not like everyone else, someone that is different, and maybe having a relationship that is not traditional, because this is his rebellious self. He needs to be a rebel. So if he cannot be a rebel in his profession, he will be a rebel in his love life. So he may have, like, I don't know, sometimes you see him with a man, sometimes you see him with a woman. I mean, we have to consider all possibilities, because Venus in Aquarius man is like this. Actually, Aquarius men are like this. I have met a few, and there were times when I couldn't figure out if they were a male or a female, because they are different in that way, and they are really comfortable with being that way. There's no shame in this, because his energy is all about to change the world, to bring like a revolution, to because he has this endless curiosity, and is very intelligent, but in his mind is very intelligent. It's like this is not a kind of intelligence that you learn from the books. Actually, I think he has this kind of intelligence that is this way that when you see things for the first time, and when you see them with your eyes, and like it gets stuck in your memory. I think it's photography, memory. I don't remember. But he has this different way of absorbing information. But at the same time, all the knowledge he has, and all the knowledge he can gain, or all the knowledge that he can get in the world, he wants to learn it from the world. So maybe traveling, maybe experiencing different cultures would be a great way to connect with someone. He may have, like, for example, marry a foreigner, um, but that's what I always say. He will have to have a talk with his family, because his Mars is in Capricorn. So it's like tradition is always going to knock on his door eventually, at the end of the day. There's someone that is going to come and is going to be like, hey, you have a responsibility to attend, or you have something to accomplish. You cannot go and marry in other country and then disappear, or have different wives or husbands or whatever. It's like there's always going to be, he's going to have to check in into reality. There's always, it's going to happen, something is going to happen that is going to put him again into responsibility, because Capricorn is also about reality. So despite his Venus in Aquarius wanting to live a very different and out of this world romantic love story, at the end of the day, someone is going to come, or something is going to happen that is going to be like, hey, you need to work to pay for our paradise, because it's like paradise doesn't stand on its own, so you need to pay bills or something like this. Or maybe he needs to take care, I don't know, of his family business, of he needs to take care of his brothers or his parents. So there's always going to be this sense of responsibility coming towards him, like saying, hey, remember me? You're a Capricorn. You have to be responsible. Take this responsibility with you. So it's going to be interesting how he handles this. But I think he will have fun in the meantime, because he's really calm, and he's really reserved with his opinions. He's like really laid back. He's not very talkative, actually. You know how he is. But once he opens his mind, I mean, once he opens his mouth, it's like he blows your mind away, because he's so complex. It's like sometimes it's like so hard to understand him, but it's so nice when it makes sense. And actually, it's so nice when we are able to open our perceptions to understand him. So this someone for him, this definitely needs to be someone that is empathic. This needs to be someone that is an empath, because this person needs to understand him. He needs a partner who can empathize with him in this aspect of his personality and his quirky personality, because he gets really frustrated when people don't understand him, and he tries to he really tries to sometimes to articulate the words correctly. That's why he takes so much time to speak, because he wants to. It's like in his mind he's translating his own personal language into the normal language. So sometimes for him it's like it's hard. It's hard because it's like he wishes he would have like a translator next to him that would like that would really represent with the correct words about what he wants to say, because sometimes they are like, oh yes, you meant to say this, and they want to rush him, like, oh yes, no, you got the wrong word, you meant to say this, and he's like, yes. So that's another thing that frustrates him. Other people trying to like maybe trying to like be putting words in his mind, putting words in his like in his speech or in his conversation that he didn't say or that he didn't mean in that way. That's why he gets so nervous. But this Venus in Aquarius gives him this kind of non-conformism and really strong personality with firm principles, and also this need for freedom. This is the characteristics of a man born under Venus in Aquarius. Also, he's really sociable, really communicative when he wants to, and he likes the unexpected. He has weird tastes, so he definitely, and he likes people that are different. He's like really curious in this sense, and he sometimes he likes to like scare people away, like with weird things. It's like he maybe says something weird to you so he can like scandalize you, so he can see how shocked you are. But it's because he can see beyond the superficial veil. I had already said it. He can sense is who is a liar, who is a poser. He can see it. He hates hypocrisy. He hates it. And that's when he puts that Capricorn rest bitch face, because it's like he cannot stand people that are posers. He cannot stand it. And it's like sometimes he tries to hold himself back for not being too obvious, because, well, Capricorn annoy face is so detectable that he tries to like put a blank face, like a poker face, so you will not know that he's really like disgusted of you. But somehow you can tell, because he goes all silent, so you can tell that he's not comfortable with you, that he's just seeing that you are fake and he hates it. So what he wants in a lover, someone with a different mind, someone that is almost like a scientist kind of mind, someone that is not superficial, imaginative, in bed, obviously. Not He's not very romantic, so maybe a romantic woman would not be like something that he really like is attracted to, because it's like he struggles to show emotions. So so it's like maybe be a little bit romantic, but not too this kind of absorbing partner, like wanting to be with him all the time. You should definitely respect his freedom, and not being all mushy, because it's not in his nature to be actually really like romantic, but he has feelings, obviously. Um, and obviously, sometimes empathy is not his strong suit. So if you want, or maybe he's not very intuitive, um, so if you want to have like a healthy relationship with him, the best thing that you can do for him to help him connect is to be able to have a conversation about how you feel about him, and about how his actions or his words make you feel, because he wants to understand. He's someone that deeply wants to understand his loved ones. But sometimes for him it's not easy, because his mind doesn't have the time, or maybe sometimes the deepness to like get really like stop a bit and be like, oh, what's wrong with her or with him? Did I offend them? Was it something I said? What did I say? He's not that kind of person. So if you want to be with him, you have to be able to be like, hey, like, we need to talk about this thing that you said that I didn't like, or maybe like making them talk also about how they feel, like a friend, like you would do a friend. That's why sometimes a lot of people are like, I don't understand how Jimin and V are friends or are best friends. And actually, it's because Jimin has the ability as a Libra and as a Gemini moon to be able to put into words how he feels. So him, with all these talkative tendencies that he has, it's like he goes towards B. That B, it's all about action. So sometimes you need to grab B and sit him down and be like, okay, let's talk. This morning you did this and you did this and I didn't like it. I feel that this way. So in this way, when you make him like this, confront to what he has done, or how he reacts or how he acts or what he says, you give him the opportunity to process his influence on others, because remember that he is moon in Aries, so he's like a small child. So sometimes he does things like that are very childish or maybe a little bit selfish. So, and he doesn't contemplate the consequences. He just acts, and he doesn't want to hurt you or offend you, but he does things that affect others. So it would be, if you love him, it's uh, a great tool and a great gesture that you can do for him, is to have a conversation with him and to make him see what he has done right and what he has done wrong, because otherwise he doesn't stop to think about those things, because he doesn't have that, he hasn't mastered that ability. For example, in the case of Jimin, that Jimin is really communicative, that he's a Libra, so he's all about what the others think or feel for him. So he's really aware of what others feel about him. And if he doesn't, he will go to the other person and will be like, hey, how are you, who are you, like, let's talk, let's connect. And for Tay, he has all these elements in his chart that sometimes he seems like this like only child kind of character, where he just sees his own needs. He doesn't see everyone else's, but it's just because he never learned how. So that's why he needs people, and a lot of members have this Libra energy also, that it's about coming together with others. For example, Namjoon is a Mercury in Libra. JK has his Venus in Libra. Um, it's all about like talking to him and being like, hey, Tay, let's talk about things. Let's talk about how you feel about me, and I will tell you how I feel about you. So he can learn to connect with others, and not just to like to go straight. Uh, so maybe the last part that I can say about him is that he definitely doesn't want a relationship that becomes boring, because once he feels that he doesn't have anything to learn from that relationship, he may be a little bit disappointed and maybe feel a little bit emotionally detached. So he may like ghost you or go away or something like that, because um, it's like it is Aquarius, Aquarius influence there. And of course, at first, he might be a little bit like socially awkward and not even know how to approach a woman. But this is like once you pass his nerdy, his this weird aura around him, you you fall in love with him, because he's adorable. I think in his own quirkiness, in his own strange behavior, you you can see his beautiful soul. You can see that he's a beautiful soul. So there's no way you cannot fall in love with him. But you have to take into consideration that he will be socially awkward. That maybe like everyone is like, and this happens with Aquarius men very often. Is that you see them that they are so beautiful and they are so ethereal and like they are really attractive, but maybe they do not know how to start a conversation, or and maybe you don't know how they feel about you, because they are a little bit like it seems like their mind is elsewhere, so they are very different. So when you have a Venus in Aquarius, it also applies to it. So he will. I think he will end up marrying someone that is a rebel, also, someone who values freedom above all else. About someone that is weird, that has like quirks, and that likes unusual stuff. So I think he will fall for that kind of person. So, guys, I'm going to leave it here, because I've been talking for 40 minutes and it's a lot. So, I will see you in my next video that is going to be about JKs. So, I will probably upload it tomorrow. So we can learn a little bit about astrology and the voice. So if you have like a comment or suggestion, you can leave it in the comment section. I always read you. Please be respectful. Please do not fight with each other. These are like general interpretations about astrology. So if you feel in your own perception that maybe you don't see Tay this way, or that you don't agree, so you have to keep with your own interpretation about how you think or how you feel that he is. I'm not stating any kind of truth or whole truth, so let's be open-minded and let's be respectful with each other. So I will see you in the next video. Bye.